Sarajevo is Yugoslavia's third largest city. In 1435, it came under the domination of the Turks for 5 centuries. Hence, its general flavour is not Christian but Muslim, and the mosques and Turkish bazaars are those aspects which impress the tourist most. The great builder of Sarajevo was Gazi Husrev Bey, the governor from 1521 to 1541. While we view this huge mosque that he created, we reflect that during this period, Sarajevo became the biggest, richest, and the most beautiful city in the Turkish Balkans. The 5-century-long Turkish rule was replaced by the Austro-Hungarian occupation in 1878. On June 28, 1914, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo marked the beginning of World War I and the end of Austrian occupation. Markets and bazaars are a truly Eastern flavour in a country which is considered a part of the Western world. Today, Sarajevo is still the centre of the coppersmith trade, and many examples are to be found as we wander through this so different atmosphere. On a Western note, we move on from this Eastern, Western city. The contrast to Sarajevo is the National Park of Plitvice, lying in a valley between high forested mountains, in which lie, one below another, a string of 16 beautiful lakes and tarns of crystal blue-green colour. It is one of the most beautiful natural wonders of anywhere in the world. The lakes are fed by many small streams, and they spill over into each other in foaming cascades and thundering waterfalls. In the course of time, the waters of these lakes have dissolved the limestone rock and gouged out for themselves the valley in which they now lie. Through the sedimentation of calcium and magnesium carbonates and the work of special kinds of algae and moss, tufa or travertine has been deposited and is still being deposited to form the natural dams that separate the lakes. Since this process is going on continuously, new travertine barriers, curtains, stalactites, channels and cascades are being built and existing ones changed. The water keeps breaking through these barriers at different places, so that the entire process of formation of lakes and dams is alive and very dynamic, a truly unique and interesting natural phenomenon. Furthermore, as it is deposited, the tufa coats the bottoms and sides of the water beds, giving the water a sparkling beauty. It also attacks and petrifies everything in the water, fallen trees, stones, and even the lake shores. At many wayside eating houses, a lamb roasting on a primitive water-wheel-driven spit was a very common sight. The fertile valley of Konavle is surrounded by a chain of small villages, scattered among vineyards, olive and cypress groves, and is well known for the hospitality of its inhabitants and its rich folklore and costumes, which are still worn today. Čilipi is a village in the very heart of Konavle and is about 25 kilometers from Dubrovnik. It is Sunday morning, and the villagers can be seen coming out of church. It is when the morning service is over that Čilipi really comes alive. Here, every Sunday morning after church, the villagers hold a local market, where, apart from local market produce, all sorts of their own handicrafts are displayed for sale. During the market time, the villagers also perform their local dances in their traditional costumes, accompanied by their own music. The girls wearing red caps are unmarried, while the one or two white ones denote married women. This old man, who did his own solo, we were informed, was 90 years old. Considering these were not professional dancers, we were impressed with the ease with which they moved and the lightness of their movements, and their performance came to an end all too soon. Dubrovnik is the most interesting and beautiful tourist resort of Yugoslavia. Founded in the 7th century, it is today preserved as it was at the end of the 15th century. Meters of city wall, 2 round towers and 14 square towers, 2 corner forts and 1 large fortress, an entire system of fortifications. Originally an island, but now part of the mainland, It is firmly part of the rocky coast of which it seems to have sprung. It is not long before Dubrovnik gives one the feeling that its dimensions and the layout and relationship of its individual elements could not have been different, that all these impressive fortifications developed according to some unwritten law of proportion. Those who wish to experience Dubrovnik to the full must take a tour of the city walls and a walk along its main thoroughfare, or the Plaza. It is a city of narrow streets and steep alleyways, a city of hundreds of steps that slows up not only the tourist but also the local, and at the end of the day we also were dog-tired. The Church of the Holy Salvation, built in the early 1500s. Outside the city walls, from the balcony of our hotel, we were treated to glorious views of the Adriatic coast. While the nearby funicular up Mount Serd gave us a complete view of this old world walled city.